Починаємо наш.
We would like to start our day with the deputy head of the Information and Analysis Center of the National Defense and Security Council, Volodymyr Polevy. Good afternoon. I'd like to congratulate you on the Armed Forces Day. President of Ukraine, Petro Poroshenko, greeted military officers and veterans with this important day. President said that in exhaustive combats with terrorists, we are creating a new army which is strong not just with ammunition but also its patriotic spirit in support of all the society. Real patriots of Ukraine: Seniuk Constantine, Eugene Zelinsky, Igor Zabrodskyy, and Igor Gordiychuk were awarded with the highest decoration, the Hero of Ukraine, Golden Star. President of Ukraine wished the warriors iron will, reliable rear, and new achievements in Southern Ukraine. Today, the Commander-in-Chief is visiting ATO zone. He will give carnation units and other machinery, more than 100 units to the armed forces, BTR-3, BTR-4, T-64, T-72 tanks, and also helicopters, Mi-2 and Mi-8. And carnations are the artillery units, mobile artillery units, and I would like to greet you on the behalf of the Information Analysis Center. Please congratulate your relatives. The situation in the ATO is still difficult. Shelling and firing continues. Fortunately, yesterday we had no dead, but 7 people wounded. 2 convoys of machinery moved from Russia with more than roughly 120 units. Yesterday at 5:30 a.m. by Dubrovka, Rostovska Oblast, bound for Dmitrivka, there was a convoy with 2 armed personnel carriers and 102 trucks, Urals and Kamaz. At 7:30 via Izvarina, 7 so-called humanitarian tanks went bound for Luhansk. Regrouping of the formations, the force, illegal force and Russian force at Donetsk and Luhansk continues at 8 moving artillery units and 3 systems of Grad were registered with the full munition. The shelling and firing continued at Donetsk. Terrorists 4 times shelled from tanks, grenade launchers, and small arms. Ukrainian forces got an airport, and they had another attempt on offensive, and that was repelled, and the adversary retreated with casualties. Yesterday, President Petro Poroshenko met military officers, defenders of Donetsk port, and volunteers to provide for them. One of the defenders, Seniuk Constantine, received Ukrainian citizenship. President announced that the Ministry of Defense, together with the Ministry of Interior, are in preparation of another set of submissions for Ukrainian nationality for the fighters who are protecting sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine. At the airport, adversary from artillery shelled at the flanks of our positions at Opitne and Avdiivka. At Donetsk, terrorists also shelled from mortars and artillery at our positions at Marinka and Berezovaya. the Baltic area. Terrorists continued mortar and artillery shelling at our positions near Minsk, Orlova, Ivanivka, and Chernuhino. Mariupol area from Graz, the shelling was continued in the vicinity of Bogdanika and Novogorivka. From artillery and mortars, terrorists shelled at our positions at Novomarinka and Novoselivka. Today in the morning, the shelling continued at Mariupol. Bakhmut main road, terrorists from artillery, mortars, and grenade launchers on numerous occasions shelled at our positions at Krymsk, Trihizbenka, and Zolote at Luhansky. That was shown at Verkhovno-Stanично Luhansky district. Our forces in all the areas continue search and combat operations, looking for subversives of the adversary. Sappers clear the area of the mines and explosives. That's the humanitarian aid the terrorists received. Yesterday there was 21 fire impact at reconnaissance positions of the adversary. In particular, yesterday, that is to destroy a threat not just for Ukrainian forces, but also local civilians. 2 civilians were killed yesterday, residents of Donbass. Starting from the 1st of September, we have lost 93 civilians, and that was just in the territories under Ukrainian control. The Ukrainian control would like to pay respect and express condolences to the families. Yesterday, as a result of shelling, the power was cut off at Horlivka filter plant number 1. Volintsev filter unit plant was destroyed with pipe work damaged for Donbass canal. The water is not supplied to Inakiv, Kirovsky, Torez, Nizhny Debaltsevo. They stopped partially water supplies. Terrorists from so-called Luhansk People Republics shelled and fired at Krymska, Zolote, Chernuhina, Popasna, Stanica Luhanska, Valuiska. The worst situation continues in Stanichno Luhansky district. I would like to demonstrate the video provided by the security service of Ukraine with the talks of terrorists that serve as an evidence of their continuous shelling and firing at civilians. Hello, can you call the United Staff? Now they are shelling at Novobakhmutovka at residential areas. So they cannot hit the Ukrainian force. They are hitting the civilians. In 10 minutes, I'll know where you should fire. Let's do it. The artillery. Use the artillery. Yes, Coliseum. Yes, I'm listening. Here's the information. There's this friendly fire at Novobakhmutovka, wrong coordinates, and we are hitting in the wrong place. This should be better spotted and corrected. How can we make it beautiful? In 10 minutes, somebody will call you and clarify where you should fire. You are hitting the wrong people. Understand, it's all right. I'll tell them. According to the Security Service of Ukraine, that happened on the 3rd of December this year. Yesterday night, the high voltage transmission line was destroyed in Stanichno Luhansk rayon with the district center cut off power, and the heating boiling units were stopped. Water was frozen and the pipework exploded. So there's no power, there's no water supplies, and there's no gas. The repair units are trying to make up for the damage inflicted by the terrorists. If we fail to do that during this day, and it's 10 a.m., they had minus 3 degrees centigrade, so they will be cut off of any heating. So Grads and mobile artillery units fired at Volonsky, and they destroyed overnight more than 10 residential houses. Now the save and rescue operations are done, are trying to remove the debris and save the survivors. 2 civilians are killed. Security Service of Ukraine prevented illegal sale to 2 companies at Rostov-on-Don of Ukrainian aviation equipment. That was done by officials, but one of the official plants at Kiev, 6 aircraft Antonov, 219 helicopters, Mi-2 engines and other equipment. The market value is tens of millions hryvnias. After repair and upgrade, this equipment will be effectively used in the ATO zone. The criminal proceedings were filed under Article 364, abuse of office and possession, criminal code. There was a hiding place with armors identified by the military reconnaissance at Yanakovo, Donetsk Oblast. They would replenish it after every next humanitarian convoy. About 10 grand launchers, Muha, RPG-26, RPG-22 were removed. Kalashnikov submachine guns with loaded cases, grenades, and odd rounds. The seized ammunition is given to the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Recently, we had on the news a grandmother with 4 grandchildren. So peace and order and help up army volunteers help them to move to a safe district to provide for their security. On that move, they engaged one of the units of the Eastern Territorial Department of the National Guard. They used the armored truck Kraspartan and provided the refugees with assistance, moving them to Poltava region. According to the operational information, a number of temporarily moved people from the territories controlled by terrorists amounted to 7.7 thousand people when the 4th of December. For all the period, 502,000 were moved. We would like to remind that at the border of ATO we have 4 operational transit points from the emergency service. In particular, in Donetsk Oblast, this is Krasnoarmeysk and Mariupol. In Luhansk Oblast, the Svatove and Lysychansk. Yesterday, in some Donetsk Oblast towns, they had events dedicated to the Day of Ukrainian Armed Forces in Konstantinka. Local authorities provided decorations and awards for the best military officers. The educational institutions, they had lessons of valor. And in Dobropil district, the flowers were laid to the monument killed the warriors at Svetogorsk. Military officers of the 95th Special Zhytomyr Air Mobile Brigade participated in the event. In Pershut-Ratnava district, also volunteer battalion combatants participated in such events. In Kramatorsk, the secondary school number 15 had a special military and patriotic sports event. Girls and boys demonstrated their physical skills and participated in the sports events and the historic quiz. The event was attended by Ukrainian military officers, participants of the ATO. Yesterday, we had the 20th anniversary of signing of Budapest Memorandum. Our state for 20 years complied fully with that memorandum and had active position on non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. But the Russian Federation breached the obligations and commitments to occupy the Crimea and started military armed aggression in the east of Ukraine. Such actions of Russia are not just an open aggression against Ukraine, but this is in breach of the principles of non-proliferation of mass destruction weapons. Deputy State Secretary on Control of Weapons and International Safety, Rose Gudimula, stated that Russia is not in compliance with the Budapest Memorandum. The problem is not in the system of security, but in compliance with the obligations on the part of Russia. Now, President Poroshenko had a telephone talk with State Secretary John Kerry. It was identified that we need another meeting of the trilateral contact group to give another impetus for compliance with Minsk Accords. The Minister of Defense of France, Jean-Yves Le Drian, announced that France now will most probably refuse to supply Mistral ships to Russia if the situation in Ukraine fails to change. This is the situation. Are there any questions? The fifth channel, one clarification. He said that the worst situation is in Stanitsa-Luhansk district. Is the engagement still ongoing? As of this morning, we registered artillery shelling and Grad unit shelling at Mariupol, not at Stanitsa-Luhansk. There we have no such information. We have no such no further questions. The press briefing is over.